Hi, Anything Crypto here. This is a video on how to start mining Bitcoin on HashFlare, a cloud mining company. So this is by the way, I've got a bad voice. I apologize, I'm a bit croaky. This is intended for beginners. So maybe you're you're completely new to mining in general. Maybe you've used Genesis Mining, another cloud mining company. Maybe you've had an amp miner and it's too expensive to run. You want to move to cloud mining. Or maybe you just want to test it. So this is intended for that kind of audience. If you've done cloud mining before on HashFlare, then this won't really be relevant. We'll go through and actually buy some hash power later on in the video to show you how to actually do it. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice, this is just informational. So we've got a disclaimer, give it a read if you like. Keep that in mind as you're watching this video. This video is based on a guide we posted on our website today. On anythingcrypto.com. We'll link the guide in the video description so you can go through it yourself if you like. So we're just going to go through it. So to start with, a lot of people sometimes get confused as to what HashFlare is. So it is not software that you install on a miner. It is not software that runs on your computer. It is a website where you create an account for free, like you don't pay anything yet. You just create an account like you might on Facebook or Google. And then once you have an account, within that account while you're logged in, you can buy hash power, like you buy it for a year, like you buy 1 terahash for a year, something like that. You don't actually, you're not buying something that you're going to run on a piece of hardware. You're buying a service from this website. So like you pay once and then they deal with all the hardware bits for you. And like related to that, how expensive is it? So you can invest as much as you want. Like you can invest $1.50. You can invest $15,000 or $1 million. You can invest as much as you want. So if you're just testing it, you can just invest $1.50. There is that's the lower limit. You don't need to. It's not like an amp miner, for example, which is I think a few $1,000s. You can just invest this much. This is partly why a lot of people are drawn to cloud mining. Maybe they don't have a massive amount of money to start. They just want to invest $100. It's a nice place to get started. One thing to clarify is that cloud mining companies like HashFlare don't just offer Bitcoin mining. So when we refer to Bitcoin mining on HashFlare, we're referring to what they call SHA-256, which is what Bitcoin mining uses. So whenever we say we're buying Bitcoin hash power or mining power, we mean we're buying this type of mining power. Well now, just a heads up, we're going to have to avoid too many page loads because we've just been told off for reloading the page too much. But yeah, so we're going to actually buy some hash power now. You'll see all sorts of things blurred out. Maybe the screen will freeze for a bit just while if we have to hide any personal information. Just keep that in mind. So initially you'll have to create an account. So I mean, there'll be a link in this video description, an affiliate link. So we'll earn a bit of money if you use it. Alternatively, you can load the website directly. But if you use the affiliate link or load it directly, you'll have to create an account, maybe verify it via email. And then when you log in, you should be forwarded to this page. And if you're not, you can click dashboard on the left to go to this page. And to start with, to buy hash power, you click on the left, buy hash power. And then we want Bitcoin hash power, SHA-256. We might not be showing the left sidebar. So at the moment, we're clicking on buy hash rate, the little arrow on it, and then clicking on SHA-256. And then you select the amount. So I mean, I think you can pay for it using dollars, using Bitcoin, using all sorts of things. But an option is to pay for it using your account balance. So we have some money in our HashFlare account, this much Bitcoin. So we're going to pay for it using that. I think that's given the current exchange rate, I think that's worth about $30. So if we stick $30 worth, so 200 gigahashes. And then, so you select whatever amount you want. So I mean, you can start with like $1.50, $3. We're going to stick $30 worth. And then hit proceed. By the way, when you buy new hash power, as far as I'm aware, it creates a new 1-year contract. So every time you buy hash power, at the moment, at the time of making this video, at the end of 2017, it will last for 1 year. So if you buy new hash power later on, it will create a new 1-year contract starting on the date that you bought it. So if you buy it a month after the original one, it will end a month after that original one. So this is $30, so proceed. Hopefully it won't block us again. So, I mean, yeah, all sorts of things will be blurred here. But then you click, so you confirm the amount of hash power. You select the payment method, which you click here. And then you can pay using anything you like. So, I don't know what EMC is. I need to read up on that. But we will pay from account balance. So, pay from balance. And then I confirm. Yes. And fingers crossed there's enough money in there to pay for it. And there you go. So we've just bought 200 gigahashes of hash power. So you see, if you saw this before, it's just gone up by 200 gigahashes. And you won't, like, you'll see that this new hash power will kick in. I'm not sure if it's on a particular time every day or if it's 24 hours after the purchase date, but it could take up to 24 hours for you to see that return from that hash power you just bought. So, I mean, if you're not seeing any numbers here, just be patient, wait 24 hours. And then if you still haven't seen any numbers, I guess contact their support maybe. But yeah, that's kind of it. So that's how you buy it. Now we've got the hash power. This is a forecast of our revenue per day, per week, and so on and so on. This does not take into account their fees. So they charge around in the region of 20%. So we're actually going to get 20% less than this. This is the revenue per terahash here. So you need to multiply that by, in our case, 19.58. And yeah, that's kind of it. Any questions about anything you see here, I guess stick them in the comments. We'll go through a few more specific things in a minute. So yes, once you've set up your account, you've bought your hash power. If you want, you can just leave it to do its thing and it will just build up coins in your HashFlare account. If you're going to do that, make sure you have two-factor enabled. I mean, it's probably a good idea to have it enabled anyway. But alternatively, there are lots of things you can do now. So for example, you can go into your settings and you can add a Bitcoin address, and then any Bitcoin you mine, I'm not sure if it would withdraw it automatically, but you would have the option to withdraw it when it reaches, I think, 0.01. I think they've got a minimum withdrawal amount. Dollar value, I guess that's about $100, or it might be more. It might be $150. Yeah, so if you're working with very, very small amounts, you might need to be very patient and wait a while to withdraw this. Maybe in the meantime, reinvest it, or just, I guess, if it was just for testing, I guess just leave it there. But yeah, so that's how you'd withdraw it. And then alternatively, you can do what we just did. You can reinvest your mined coins. I think the coins you just saw were either from affiliate revenue, as in you get, when you refer someone to HashFlare, this is also a section, you get 10% of whatever they buy in hash power. So in our case, I guess somebody bought 0.02 Bitcoin worth of hash power, and we got 0.002. I think I've got the right number of decimal places in like Bitcoin to our account. And then so you can either reinvest affiliate money, like that's a nice way to earn money if you post content online, if you're a blogger, a YouTuber, or you just reinvest the coins you're mining yourself. So you can reinvest any Bitcoin that is in your account. Like, it doesn't really matter where it came from. If it's in there, you can reinvest it. And then kind of a final thing to keep in mind is mining pools. So by default, I think there are these three mining pools. Like, we don't know a lot about mining pools, but as far as I'm aware, they all produce a similar return, as in the amount of money you get for using that pool is very similar to other pools, but it does vary a bit day to day. So if you wanted to be very switched on and monitor this every day, you could kind of move it between different pools depending on which one was the most profitable that day, or maybe for the previous day. So like, if you wanted to do that, you might be able to get a little bit more coins by moving it between these pools. Just a possibility to kind of boost your income as well as this affiliate program. One final thing before I think I'll end this is that when you reinvest your, by the way, we might be wrong here. If we get making any mistakes, do tell us in the comments. But when you reinvest your Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure the dollar value of the hash power doesn't change. So I think it's $10, $1.50 per 10 gigahashes for Bitcoin. So as the Bitcoin in your account changes in dollar value, the amount of hash power you can buy with that same amount of Bitcoin is changing. For example, now on the 9th of December 2017, Bitcoin has just dropped like a good, I think, 15%. So if I'd bought it a few days ago, I'd have got 15% more than if I bought it now. So it might be worth me waiting. Like, reinvesting the money like I just did was maybe a silly idea. Maybe I should have waited until it went up $5,000 or something, and I would have been able to get, say, 25% more coins for the same amount of Bitcoin, or more hash power for the same amount of Bitcoin. So the dollar value is something to keep in mind when you're reinvesting your coins. Other than that, though, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, stick them in the comments. We'll answer them as quick as we can. And drop the video a like, and share it around if you enjoy it. And I apologize again for my voice. See you guys in our next video. See ya.